cold outreach doesn't work on losers. So what do I mean? So I got 2 emails within 24 hours. One was for a client who does very high level, expensive events in Manhattan. So we had an executive from Amazon say, "Hey, thanks for reaching out. Feel free to send an invite to connect sometime next week. I'd love to see what you have to offer." And then I have another response from a CEO of a tiny business. And this guy literally said, "While I am not interested in your services, something compelled me to respond to provide some feedback. I get at least 20 emails a week with the subject quick question, which is a guarantee that it is someone trying to sell me. Yes, this one got through, but I can assure you that my default routine is a right click rule to send all future emails to the trash bin, and then I move on. Think about your tactics and consider adjusting because I'm likely not the only person that knows how to recognize spam. There are several other very common subject lines that fall into this same category, yet are used by thousands of SDR BDRs. You are pitching me and you are using tactics that don't reflect the level of tailoring," he spelled tailoring wrong, by the way, "required by today's marketplace. So without even reading your email and all of the other quick questions, I already concluded that sophistication isn't there and the quality is also not going to be to my expected standards. I do wish you luck and hope my feedback isn't too harsh. Business is hard, so you want to stand out, and that might require some adjustments to your own outreach as well as services that you offer to your customers." So, one of the things you have to realize in life is the winners will love you for the same reason that the losers will hate you. You can send the same message to two different people, the same message, and the thing that causes the first person to respond is the same thing that will cause the other person to respond negatively. And what happens in life is you think it's you, but it's completely them. And a lot of times, like when I get emails like this, like one of the reasons I get frustrated is because there are so many dreams that were killed. There were so many businesses that were never started. There were so many connections that were never made. There's millions of dollars that we could have generated, but we optimize for the wrong people. You have to build your life around winners. You cannot please everybody. And trying to please everybody is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make in life. And it is the cause of so much wasted potential. The reason winners respond, think about living in a city like Miami and everything is a distraction. Beautiful women, sports cars, advertising. You go down the street, you smell all these different foods, there's kids running around, there's dogs playing, and your attention is always going to all of these different places. But pretty much everyone in the world wants to live in a place like Miami or New York or LA or Singapore or Dubai. You could just live in a tent in the desert, but the reason is there's a lot of potential in these areas. You get people emailing you every day, and almost all of the emails are bad. But I've hired 4 people from cold email. I've made hundreds of thousands and soon millions of dollars from cold email. Like, you learn in life to take the good with the bad. Winners understand that you can tolerate a lot of bad because you only need a few good things to make all of it worth it. Think about dating. Think about how many bad dates it took to get married and to marry your soulmate or your one or whatever. So it's that's what's going on. It's the same thing. So you have to decide in life, do you want to pay the price? Do you want to pay the price? Because you can just take your email off of LinkedIn and never get a single cold outreach again. You can just go back to the Hotmail account you used in middle school. Nobody will bother you, I promise you. But if you're going to be a public figure, you're going to be a C-suite, you're going to get emails all the time. And you can either just hide in a cave, or you can say, you know what, I'm going to take the good with the bad. I'm probably going to open 3,000 bad cold emails this year at least, but I'll hire another 3 people. And that's life. It's the same for everything. It's the same for fitness, the same for dating, the same for relationships. Anything you can think of is like that. The 1 or 2 good interactions make the 1,000 people worth it. That's why when you go to Palm Beach, everyone is nice and polite and very tolerant. and you go to an area where people are really struggling financially, it's the opposite. So this mentality applies to everything in life.